Some background here. I will be building on the story that the lovely panelists have already started in building your brand story and your overall brand using awards, recognition, and the feedback that you receive. I lead the marketing efforts for 6 international spirits competitions, with the San Francisco World Spirits Competition being our largest competition. We just wrapped that up, so I'm sure this is very timely for some of you all who have entered. I get the opportunity to work with over 1,000 brands annually from all different sizes that are in different stages of their journey. Again, my background is in marketing, partnerships, and brand development, so that's what I'm chatting with all of these lovely brands about on a day-to-day basis. But my true passion, I love having the opportunity to turn the feedback that brands receive into actionable wins, to set them up for success and continue on to the momentum. All right, so a common thread that we oftentimes see, no matter what stage your brand is in, whether you are a craft distiller who is just launching your first product, you might be in the mid-market trying to get some regional momentum, or you're an enterprise household name who has been doing this for years. Every brand needs to establish credibility, no matter what stage in your cycle you are in. All right, so why does that external validation matter more than ever in today's market than really it ever has before? Consumers have fragmented attention. There are so many options when you go to the shelves. Having a way to sift through all of that is a bit tough. That same option overload also translates over to buyers, distributors, e-commerce platforms when trying to determine which products to bring in when there's limited tools to make that decision. Again, quality shorthand, awards just provide that instant credibility. So if you're quickly looking at a shelf and you see a medal there, or you receive a pitch deck and you see that such and such brand is an award-winning brand, it allows you to decipher that quality from the rest a bit easier. But then also just fundamentally providing professional feedback from folks who are in the day-to-day, the industry experts, the folks who may be using your product behind the bar, or selling your product to different retailers. All right, so we're gonna chat through different stages of the brands and how this sort of relates. So for a brand just starting out, maybe you are getting ready to launch your product. You may have just launched a new product. The big focus areas here, I'm realizing this hasn't changed a little bit, so I'm gonna chat through this, but focus areas, visibility and validation. Getting those early wins when you might not have sales history to speak for your product is key, and an award does that. It says that you've put your product in front of a panel of experts and have received such qualification. So that's huge. That also opens doors maybe for your first distribution partner, maybe a first slot at your first retailer or an on-premise account. But fundamentally, it really just creates a PR-worthy moment if you are simply just looking for that, an opportunity for you to shout your brand out there, put your brand name out there as well. So some action tips here. You're gonna go ahead and just use those reviews and feedback to continuously adjust your product. So again, if this is a product that is a new launch, you're trying to get folks to taste, take the feedback that you receive from maybe a competition. It might not even be a competition. It could be from a social media review, a review on Reserve Bar or Total Wine. Take that feedback that you're receiving, obviously with a grain of salt, but use that to adjust your product where needed. And then just again, highlighting those wins any and everywhere, whether it's your pitch decks, whether it's your B2B outreach, anywhere you can blast that out is key. Now we're gonna chat about growing brands. So maybe your product has been in the market for a few years. Maybe you're on your second product launch. Few things here: differentiation, momentum, and as we've chatted through every session, storytelling is key. So you want to stand out. You want to be able to easily differentiate your product, as we mentioned, especially if you're in some of these competitive markets out there. Maybe this is not even your first win. Maybe you've won 3 awards or 3 medals year after year. That consistent win is a really nice signal indicator that your brand is not just here, but your brand is here to stay and continuing to show out in that category. But then again, for storytelling, I like to say that the wins go beyond the specific product that you enter. So rather, maybe you're launching a limited edition product and you don't have awards or you don't have sales history, saying that that new product comes from X X brand, who is an award-winning whiskey brand, still shows for your brand as a whole and allows you to tell that story beyond just that product, leveraging your entire portfolio. Now, maybe for some of the more established brands, category dominance is key. We've chatted about an overload of products in the market, and it's not slowing down. I mean, my goodness, I find a new tequila every week, and it's really nice once maybe you've had a few products launch. It's nice to reinforce that you're still best in class year after year, despite the ever-growing market, the ever-growing competition that is continuing to pop up. Innovation testing. This is a neat one. So these are also really nice opportunities to benchmark new products. So maybe you're a whiskey brand. You've been creating whiskey for the past 40 years, and now you're realizing that low ABV or non-alc is a really nice trend, or where the industry might be leaning towards. So this is a nice way for you to get your new products that may not be in the market in front, again, of those folks who will be using them, who are the discerning palates, we like to say. And then sales ammunition. What sales team doesn't like to have a new, fresh win to pitch? Whether that is an account that maybe has ghosted them and they can't get a response. It's a nice way to get into the door of some places and give your sales some ammunition, your sales team, some ammunition to do their job as well. And then legacy building. Using those consistent streaks, those year after year awards in all of your education, and then just building your brand story on that legacy that you've been continuing to build. All right, so let's put this into action. So making the most of your win. So say you have received a medal. You're gonna first amplify that everywhere. You're gonna announce that win in a press release, in social media, email blasts. You're gonna send it to your retailers who haven't been responding to you, any and everywhere. You're then gonna go ahead and incorporate that into all of your materials, your sell sheets, your POS, your marketing campaigns. You're gonna reach out to Reserve Bar, Flaviar, Total Wine, get those medals on your listings. You're then gonna go ahead and contextualize this. So tell the story behind this win. Is it a first win for a new category or a new product? Is this your third win that you've been entering year after year? One year, did you win silver and adjust your product and now have won double gold? Tell that sort of story behind. And then I like to link that in with explaining it. Don't automatically assume that someone knows what a platinum award means. Instead, saying that, our product has won the top award for 3 years in a row stands a bit stronger. Or that someone knows what a double gold even means, but saying that I've won the highest medal honor in the 2025 competition, meaning that my product is exemplary against the rest, sounds a lot stronger. And our team's always happy to make that make sense as well. But another thing here is you don't have to start with a single win. Start with a single win. You don't have to wait until you've racked up 10 awards to start spreading them. Even if you have an award that you won last year that you realize, I haven't maximized it, I haven't publicized it, start with that. That still provides validity there. And then some final thoughts. So just, again, putting this into action. So start with seeking your first industry recognition. Just get that initial credibility established. As you continue on, you want to use these awards, recognition, feedback to continue to differentiate your brand in the market. And then look at these awards as strategic tools. Use these as the building blocks to continue to build your brand story. And then if at all possible, just get your product in front of the right palates. We understand that year after year, sometimes this is simply not possible, but just ensuring that you're putting your product in front of folks, having it tested, receiving that feedback, and continuously adjusting is really key here. And that's it. I'm happy to chat more. My contact information is here if you'd like to discuss further.